Hello and welcome friends to Life, a poem by Charlotte Bronte of Standard 9th Maharashtra State Board. For more educational videos on Expressofillia, please like and subscribe Expressofillia on YouTube. Charlotte Bronte was born in Toronto, Yorkshire, England in April 1816. The Bronte siblings were raised and educated in a strictly Anglican home. All the Bronte children were dedicated, well-read students, and Charlotte became a writer at a young age and published her first and best novel, Jane Eyre, in 1847 under the male pseudonym of Currer Bell. She was married in 1854 but died only a year later during her pregnancy in March 1855. So let us look into the poem stanza wise. The first stanza. Life, believe, is not a dream, so dark as sages say. Often a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, but these are transient all. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh, why lament its fall? In the first stanza, Charlotte Bronte is seeking to break the myth or any dark thoughts one might believe in, that life is necessarily dark, bad, or unpleasant. Throughout the first stanza, her speaker takes on a number of elements of life that one might consider to be disagreeable and break them down to their simpler, happier parts. She begins by saying that life is not something or dark dream. In fact, unpleasant things such as cloud or their moving on after the rain will make the roses bloom. Why should one be upset over the rain when such loveliness, beauty of nature can be witnessed after these rains? Here, the poem begins with the repetition of the title. It is made clear to the readers from the beginning that this poem is going to speak on some elements of life. The speaker of this poem is seeking to pull back the shadow from life. She wants to make clear to the reader that life is not something to be feared or some dark dream that one has to be afraid of. The third and the fourth line speaks of how something that seems gloomy, dull, or depressing can tell you something pleasant, such as little morning rain bringing forth a calm and lovely day. She gives two examples in the stanza. The speaker brings up gloomy clouds that are dull clouds that cover the sky, and through these many seems ominous and forbidden, will clear. There are transient which are ongoing or will go away and do not last forever. Her third example is the final two lines of this stanza. She asks the question, if the rain means that all the roses will bloom, why should one be sad or depressed over the rainfall? There is no reason to be sad over these elements of life, as they will pass, or bearing with them something positive. While the speaker is just discussing simple elements of nature, a deeper meaning can be related from their relationship to real life. Clouds, just like bad days of one's life, will clear and eventually end. Even though for a few minutes things may seem hard, rough, or strained, with the rain pouring, the rain will stop and one's outlook will be better. In the second stanza, rapidly, merrily, life's sunny hours fleet by. Gratefully, cheerily, enjoy them as they fly. This stanza is simpler and shorter, in which the speaker is merrily and cheerily celebrating the sunny hours of life. This stanza or this piece is written much more lyrically. The words are almost asking to be sung. One can imagine someone dancing, spinning in a circle as they celebrate these phases. Life, the speaker says, will rapidly and merrily fly by, The hours will pass without notice until suddenly they are gone. The speaker is promoting a way of life in which one appreciates and enjoys each passing hour of life. Third stanza. What though death at times steps in and calls our best away? What through sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? Yet hope again elastic springs, unconquered though she fell, still buoyant are her golden wings, still strong to bear us well. Manfully, fearlessly, the day of trial bear, for gloriously, victoriously, can courage quell despair? In this last stanza, which is the longest and is minimizing the power of death, though it may take loved ones away, hope will always rebound or come in and win out against darkness. The final stanza is the longest in the poem and conquers fear, which is a part of life but not the ultimate truth, which is death. The first two complete sentences of this stanza are questions in which the speaker is basically asking, so what? So what if death in time steps in? So what if sorrow seems to win? These things are temporary. The speaker is acknowledging that these things exist, but she is not allowing them to sway her or influence her. The fifth line of the stanza is more hopefully. She describes hope as having elastics and springs. Even though she feels in sorrow, she will bounce back again in hope. Her golden wings are still strong and buoyant and will be able to bear us well. This character in the poem can be presenting the poet herself, or perhaps someone she knows quite personally and has depending on for support in the past, a mother or a sisterly figure. The last four lines of this poem speaks of strength in which the speaker is promoting life fearlessly, as a strong man would live. She concludes with, when one's day of trial comes, this could be simply one's most challenging day or the end of times itself in which one will be judged by God. Be victorious in courage. No despair can suppress or crush the victory one feels when holding on to hope. Nothing can touch it, not even death. She concludes the poem by stating that there is nothing in life that can crush her courage, not even death. Moving on to the appreciation of the poem, which holds 5 marks, wherein we have title, poet, rhyming scheme, figure of speech, and the central idea. The poem Life is penned down by Charlotte Bronte, which is about the optimism of the life. Bronte wrote the poem under the pseudonym Currer Pale. The rhyming scheme is ABAB. The prominent figure of speech is personification, wherein to personify morning, rain, sunny hours, death, hope, and sorrow by giving human qualities. The poet uses metamorphical examples of sunny hours that are good and bad times of one's life. The central idea of the poem is talking about the example of rain as a symbol of despair. The poet asks us to see its bright side. The second stanza, she asks us to enjoy the facts. And in the third stanza, she becomes optimistic even after her death. Thank you friends for watching Expressofillia. Stay tuned for some more educational videos. You can write into us at expressofillia@gmail.com. You can also serve our second channel, which is Expressofillia Unplugged. Stay blessed, stay safe.